often do you stare at a blank page waiting for the words to magically appear and they're not coming? So quite often, most of us get stuck while doing their book project. In the middle of that project, they get stuck. They lack inspiration, they lack motivation, and they start wondering what could be the problem. Some pop up in our mind. There are a lot of prompts in our head, and some come from the critics maybe we've had from our previous books or previous projects we've done, and we allow fear to crept in to our space of expression, and we transfer this negative energy into our working space. And I want to tell the dangers of the writing syndrome, the middle book syndrome, or the writer's block. So how do you get over the writer's block, or how do you get over the middle book uh, syndrome? So one of the steps that you need to understand is you need to get your ideas flowing, and this is very important. When I talk about this is so dear to me because personally I've been struggling in the past with getting over the middle book syndrome, and when I'm telling you this, I tell you this from my heart, and I want you to get it straight from me. Get your ideas flowing. How do you get your ideas flowing? Ideas, we can only get ideas flowing when we free write, when we change the environment, when we change the mind map. And how do we freely write? And this is now where things get weird. Write whatever comes into your mind. You don't need to be a perfect Chinua Achebe, or you don't need to be a perfect Harry Potter so that you get to have your ideas flowing. You need to visualize your ideas and form a connection with them. You need to create, as an artist, writing is an art, and you need to create a connection, a deeper bond with your ideas. And change your environment. Some of the ideas we keep or we write comes from a different place. Some of it come when you are having a nature walk somewhere, and you need to get that straight. So the next step is that you need to create a routine of work. Some of us doesn't have a routine of work. They just write. They just write today. The next time they write is after 2 months. You need to create a consistent routine of work. You need to understand that consistency is the key. Having understood that, you'll get to understand how important to have your work done within a schedule. You need to have a target. You need to have a goal met. And after all this, you need to celebrate the target met. So let's say for a day you're just working on 250 words or just 2 pages. You may not do 10 pages. We are not equal and we are not the same, but you need to have a target and you need to keep at it. So sometimes you need to warm up, start with exercise or prompt to get your writing muscles ready. How do you get your writing muscles ready? And that's a question that you need to ask yourself. How do you get it going? The last part of it that you need to understand is that what gets you moving? What gets you inspired? What inspired you? What are your aspirations or inspirations on the writing field? Some of us want to appear on the biggest stage, like the New York Times. You want to become the bestseller, but you're sleeping. You want to become the bestseller and you don't have a schedule. You want to become the bestseller, but you can't free write. You are consumed by perfectionism. You are consumed by the judgment and the feedback of the audience. Come on, you can't get to the best-selling stage of the international stage if you're allowed to be deluded by this maniac, I will say maniac, and this small and negative responses from people. Don't allow them to get into the muscles of your memory. Get to do it. You're better off because you've already started. So what you need to understand is that overcoming the writing syndrome, or the middle book writing syndrome, is something that requires consistency and practice. It doesn't open overnight. And if you are looking forward to have your project done, to have your manuscript published, then I'm suggesting you that you better start using Africana publishers. Because if you don't, then the middle book writing syndrome is going to catch up with you. So if you want to get to the Africana Publishing Company, you have to give them a call or text on WhatsApp on +2547 4610 443. I'm going to repeat that so that you get it right. +2547 4610 443.